Know that the totalitarian state is not coming. It's already here. See, I told myself that I wasn't going to make another one of these videos, but this weird thing keeps happening where I make a video and then the issue in question does not get resolved. It doesn't get fixed. And I'm left to wonder, what exactly is the problem? I talked it all out. I covered all the bases. I did the math. Why are we still doing stupid? Since the last episode of the Cope Saga, I have accumulated more anecdotes of insanity than I have the mental bandwidth and truly at this point the willpower to divulge. So how about we just do a cute little fast-paced slideshow of nonsense for you. All of which is very compelling, but what prompted the creation of this video is this article right here. A mother in Illinois had custody of her child taken from her by a legal court because she refuses to take the Cope shot because of previous adverse reactions she's had to other shots. Now, what this article illustrates particularly well is that if you live in America, you do not own yourself. You do not have agency over your own well-being. They can lock your bank accounts. They can take your car, your house, even your kids. You have a serial number. Your name is in all caps. They legally own you. And I'm not saying this in an attempt to doom or pill you. I just think it's very important to be aware of how dire the situation is. Not like you're not aware enough already. All this to be said, we all need to be hopeful despite of it, because despair is the tool of the devil. So, with all this in mind, it's important to never mistake anything these people do as actually something that's there to promote your well-being and your safety, because they don't care about you. I'm going to call it right now, not like it's actually a grand prediction at this point, but while the evils of the 20th century were of course justified in the names of various political ideologies, the evils of the 21st century will be justified in the name of science. And just like the evils of the 20th century, the evils of the 21st century will be committed by people who are simply doing their job. Like this flight attendant who told a mother to glue a mask on her child's face. You in the last year or so have probably heard countless stories very similar to this, of someone who is given power who is abusing it, just doing their job. Know this. Most people cannot think for themselves. They will become blackout drunk with power the moment they are given the tiniest iota of authority over someone else. And know this too, that these people who subscribe to the religion of science, which we of course have covered in depth, to them, human life does not have inherent value. They think that just because they can observe the universe and observe these galaxial phenomena and then they can put a name on it, yet they still don't understand it. They think that they have transcended the need for God. They make out human beings to be nothing more than meat robots controlled by predetermined biological triggers and nothing more. To these people, human life only has value as long as it holds utility to science. So, they will consciously act in ways that are destructive to human well-being and happiness while telling us that, oh, we need to give up our freedoms, that we need to eat bugs and fake meat and live in pods, and that we can't hug our loved ones ever again, and that we need to participate in a clinical trial of an untested Cope shot, or we won't be able to work or travel or buy groceries, that our kids need to wear rags on their faces all day because that's the science. They give us these grand, convoluted scientific theories that either tell us things that we already know or get it so backward, you'd have to be Helen Keller, who allegedly wrote a book, but I think we all know that's BS. You'd have to be blind and deaf and so disconnected from reality that you must be living your own perfectly catered fantasy land to think you have something right. That, or you're just consciously evil. Your science sucks. And biologically predetermined meat robot or not, my biologically predetermined meat robot can deadlift more than yours. So, while they say that they're doing this to save lives, keep in mind that these are the people who want to get rid of 90% of the world's population. They literally want you dead. Or rather, I would say that if I was, a crazy conspiracy theorist, but I'm not. I'm just a satirist. I'm just an irony bro, So the question really is, will you ever trust anything these people say ever again? Because it was 2 weeks, then it was 2 more weeks, then it was until we get the Cope shot, then it was until enough people took the Cope shot. Now it's forever. So yeah, I'm pretty much done with all of this. I think you guys are too. You asked for another Cope Cooties video. Here you go. Now that it's done, and especially considering that in the last 8 months or so, most of the videos I've made have been more on the serious side, we're going to take a break. We're going to go back to some classic nonsense. I think we all need it. One more thing. When their greatest weapon is fear, your greatest defense is not being afraid. I'm sick of all of their lies, these troubling times, and wondering if we've run out of time. But on the bright side, our meat robots can deadlift more than theirs, so I think in the end that we'll all be fine. That's the wrong chord. We're gonna do that again.